Okay, so in this year's fourth round of the FA Cup, Wrexham were playing at home at the Racecourse Ground against Sheffield United, two of the oldest clubs in existence. Wrexham, the oldest Welsh club in existence as well. What an entertaining match! Had everything. Had a goal inside 2 minutes. The two starting centre backs for Wrexham are carted off injured after 10 minutes. It's had a dubious red card and 6 goals. It's finished 3-3. This game had everything. Absolutely everything. The atmosphere was fantastic, but this game was a proper cup tie. Very high intensity level by both sides. Sheffield United score very early, and in the act of scoring, McBurney scores the goal from the set play. Tunnicliffe, one of the centre backs, goes off injured. Another centre-back goes off injured later on for Wrexham. So after 10 minutes, they've lost their 2 starting centre-backs and they're 1-0 down. You're thinking Wrexham could implode here. But then you see how Wrexham play, their adaptability, the fact they haven't lost a game at home since the playoff semi-final. In fact, this is their first draw in that period. They have won every game at home since the playoff semi-final at the end of last season against Grimsby. They have a scary home record. Sheffield United and Wrexham, doesn't matter what league they're in. Doesn't matter that Sheffield United are flying high in the Championship in second. Doesn't matter that Wrexham are flying high in the National League. You take the league out of it. These are two sides that don't lose very often. These are two sides that win a lot, and it played out in this game. So Sheffield United, I think, was slightly better in the first half. I think they controlled the pace of the game very well. They dealt with the Tozer long throw and they dealt with Wrexham's set plays really, really well in the first half. So at half-time, it's 1-0. I think Sheffield United, slightly edged the first half. I think Wrexham adapted really well to losing their 2 starting centre-backs. They calmed themselves down. They could have easily got blown away very, very early on. How they responded was the second half. They came out like a freight train. They score early in the second half. Jones, 49 minutes. Sheffield United stopped dealing with the set plays. They stopped dealing with the long throw from Tozer. They stopped dealing with corners and free kicks. And that leads to the first goal and the second goal. They really became very dysfunctional defensively. They tuned off. They lost that intensity. They lost the control of the game. They were leading. On 61 minutes, O'Connor scores his goal. And now suddenly Sheffield United are behind. They were in a winning position. They could have pushed on for the second. They've allowed their intensity to drop. Wrexham they were fighting for everything. Their intensity goes up. The crowd intensity goes up. The atmosphere changes. And then Norwood scores the equaliser, the Sheffield United's first equaliser on 65 minutes. And now you're thinking this could go either way. The game has completely opened up. The intensity levels of both sides have gone through the roof. Every challenge is a feisty challenge. There's energy in the game. The stadium is shaking. The 3 remaining stands at the racecourse. Obviously, they're rebuilding the Kop end, and you would think, that's going to affect the atmosphere. No. The big talking point of the game, and obviously because this is a National League ground, there's no VAR. The 4th official calls the referee over. There's been an off-the-ball incident that replays weren't very conclusive in picking up. Something has happened near the halfway line between Tozer and Jebbison. Now, Jebbison, the young winger, centre-forward for Sheffield United, has been a threat all evening. Very energetic, youthful, fast, pacey player. Tozer, obviously, hard-nosed veteran defender. Something has happened around the halfway line. Tozer obviously turns and gesticulates towards the officials. He's been kicked out. Something's obviously happened. He got a booking for his part in that. Jebbison gets sent off. Now, replays at the time on the TV did not show what had actually happened. There wasn't much of a reaction from the fans. Were very surprised. All the players were pretty surprised the play had been stopped. The 4th official has obviously seen what's happened, regardless of Tozer gesticulating towards him. The 4th official, it's obviously happened right in front of the benches. He's seen it. He calls the referee over. The game is stopped, and Jebbison's shown a red card for an off-the-ball incident. Whether he actually has made contact or lashed out, or it's inferred that he's lashed out, that is a straight red under the letter of the law. Now, obviously, footage will emerge of the incident, but it wasn't obvious to watching at home. Probably wasn't obvious to many in the crowd that an instance occurred. It's one of those innocuous things that you know would have been let slip. But that is a turning point. So he's sent off. So now for the last 20 odd minutes, Sheffield United are down to 10 men. And the longer the game went on, the more and more defensive Sheffield United became. They're now going, right, we've got to hold on for a replay. Mullen scores his goal. He was the best player on the pitch tonight. That was on 85 minutes. The stadium erupts. But because of that lengthy stoppage for the red card, there's a lot of added time. And Egan pops up right at the death, right in added time, to score Sheffield United's third goal of the night and their second equaliser. All in all, I think a 3-3 I think is a fair result for a very entertaining game. There were some feisty challenges in there. There was Goalmouth scrambles. There were penalty shouts. Wrexham have hit the bar on 80 minutes, so they could have had a fourth. Was it a penalty? Ahmed Hasdanovic. I think it's an accidental handball, but with how we're seeing penalties given for less. Could he have moved his arm out of the way? Of course, there's no VAR. If there's VAR, that is a penalty. So the debate continues to rage on with the FA Cup this year with the use of VAR at Premier League stadiums, but not in any other stadiums. And of course, when the replay is played at Sheffield United, there'll be no VAR there either because Sheffield United are a Championship club. And so that debate, could the FA come in and step up and step in with funds for VAR for the non-league and lower league stadiums in the FA Cup, because there's been some controversial decisions. The red card is controversial. Would that have been a red card with VAR because they would have had more angles? Who knows? But all in all, 3-3, fantastic result, fantastically entertaining match. It really was a tale of two halves, and considering that the start Wrexham had, for them to score 3 goals and earn a replay, it's fantastic. And Ryan Reynolds, I mean, he was living every single kick of the ball in the stand. I wonder what his Twitter feed's going to be like this evening after the last round where he just couldn't believe what was going on. I wonder what his Twitter feed's going to say this evening. But that was a fantastic match. Great advert for the FA Cup. And let's see how the replay plays out. Thank you very much for watching. Please place your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll have some more content for you very, very soon.